Hello everyone, and thanks for stopping by to Scrap and Craft with Terry. Today we're going to make some double corner side tuck pockets and tags. And I've seen these on YouTube before. I got this idea from Scrapbooking with Me, the way that she did hers, so that's what we're going to follow today. So if you like my video, I just ask that you give me a thumbs up, like and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, then you'll get notifications when I upload a video. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Now all you need, I'm going to do a book page out of this one, the first one, and then I have scrapbooking paper for the other two. So what you need is a square. And all you have to do is lay your paper down. You can measure your square, or you can just lay it down, fold it into a triangle. Make sure your corners are even. And then you just cut the end off. And we'll just lay this aside for another project. So she went ahead and glued her triangle together, or glued her square together. So we're going to go ahead and do that. I'm just going to use my glue stick to glue this together. Then you want to decide, it's going to go into your journal on one of your pages, so you're going to want to decide, I'll just bring this up here, which way you want your pocket. Now you can fold this part over, and you could have it on this side as your pocket, or you can fold it this way and have it, I hope I'm staying in view of the camera. You could fold it this way and have it on this side of your page. So you just have to figure out which way you specifically want your pocket to be, because once they're glued in, you're going to have space for, you're going to have pocket space for here, and then you would have pocket space back here also. So you just have to decide which way you want to do it. And I think this one I'm just going to go ahead and do it this way. So figure out like how much space you want between here and your pocket, and just fold it over, line your edges up, and go ahead and fold it down. And I have, oh, let's see, almost an inch between the pocket and the top. And your square is just going to depend on the size that you cut your paper. Okay? So there's no sense of me really giving you measurements, because yours will just turn out like I say, however big you make it. So we're going to go ahead, I think before I fold this down and glue it, I'm just going to go ahead and ink it. And I inked my tags that's going to go in it. I just inked them with this green, as I did the rest of them, just because that's the color that I picked out, and I thought it was good. So I'll just go ahead and ink around it, and if you don't want to ink, you don't have to. And this is good for scraps. This would be a good mass make. Like I say, as long as you know, you just have enough to make a square. You can make little tiny pockets. You can make bigger pockets. So we're just going to go ahead and glue across the bottom here. Fold this over. And once you get everything, you know, done, if you're going to do a mass make, you could just get everything cut out, get all your tags together, and whatever you want to decorate with, and then you could just almost assembly line put them together. All right, so now on the front, I wasn't real sure what size flower I would need here, so I think this one fits perfectly. So we're just going to put that flower on the front of it. And I'll just ink it a little bit. The white doesn't bother me, but the ink will just help show a different, you know, a difference between the background and the flower. And I'm also going to put lace across the pocket. Okay. So I have this wider white lace. I'm going to use it across the pockets. If I can get the pin out of it. Have it pinned together so it, or I have it pinned, yeah, so it wouldn't all unravel. Okay, and this lace has a pretty design in it, and it's not going to show up a lot against the background, but I think it'll show up enough that you'll know that there's a difference there. So it's going to sit into your journal like this. Okay, so I'm going to use Fabrifix to put this on with, Fabri-Tac. I call it all kinds of names seemingly. And you can put lace across these or you don't have to. I just thought the lace dressed it up a little bit. I can go back across and glue the bottom down. And that's pretty, if you can see it. Now, if you wanted trim across this top, you could also put another trim across the top too, just to show your other pocket. You can, or you don't have to. I actually think that looks kind of cute. So maybe I'll do that on this one. Yeah, this is the right way. And your words on the inside, of course, are upside down. But When you have tags in there, you're not going to notice the difference. And I'll have to go along and put more glue down so it doesn't get caught on my tags. Yeah, I think that looks cute with glue or with lace on both pockets. That wasn't my first thought, but it works. And of course, you know, you could use a darker color lace that would stand out more. Okay, so that's how our pocket's gonna sit. And I'm gonna glue my little flower on. That looks cute. Okay, now I have these little tags. I already had these cut out. This is made on a heavier paper, so I didn't back this one. So that can just sit in there. And then I put, this was just printed on regular printer paper, so I just backed it on some file folder, and they can sit in there. This is one of them little cigarette tags, and I think I want to round the corners on this, because I think that would make it look better, and it'll make it slide in and out of the pocket better. Now I have quite a few tags in here, but we have to remember once it's in your journal, you'll have room behind in the other pocket, and this was done on a heavier cardstock. So I'm just also going to round these. And all I did was ink around them. Which reminds me, now I'll ink up the corners so I don't forget. And that could be a taller one that would sit behind. But until then, whatever tags you have to go with your pockets, you can just stick them all in there. And they would all be there for when it's time for you to put them in behind. And they can lay on the side. They can sit there anyhow. Okay, so that's our first one. And then you would just glue down the two sides. And that's how you would put it in. Or you can have it, if I was going to have it go like this with the shorter one on the bottom and the longer one on the side, I would turn my flower this way, but I want it to go this way. Okay. Now on our next one, I have these already cut out, and all I have to do is fold them. Well, I have to glue them. So I'll just go ahead and glue this shut. I just left one so you could see what I did, how I cut it out. I'm sure you've seen them before. But it's one of them things. If you've seen it before, you can just call it a refresher. I don't mind watching the same type of videos. You get something different off of each one that you see. And I'll just barely ink around the edge of this one. This would be a good way to use your single-sided 12 by 12s or just your single-sided scrapbook paper, no matter what size it is. Probably on there I should trim that a little tiny bit. There, that's better. Okay. And the scrapbook paper, when it's doubled, is a little bit heavier than the book page. Just depends on how strong your book page is. All right, now on this one, I'm going to have it fold this way. And you just have to go over as far as the depth that you want for your pocket. If you want a longer pocket, you can just keep going over farther. And I think that's good right there. So you could have your long side on the bottom, or you can have your short side on the bottom. It doesn't matter. It's like your choice. I think the long side on the bottom looks good. So we're going to go ahead and glue this. See if I can flatten this out just a little bit more. Okay. Now I'm going to do my my lace again. And I think that really looks cute across there. And this one is wide enough that the wide lace could be on both, and I think that I might want to do that also. So we'll just go ahead, put our glue on, and I'm going to run this one down a little bit farther. Just don't want to get it under my pocket. Just want to make sure if you put lace on them that you don't, or you have it glued down all the way so your tags don't catch on them. I like that on there. That dresses the paper up nice. And I'll glue this little corner. How's everyone doing today? I don't even know if I asked you that. All right, now we'll do this across our other pocket. I like that on there. That really dresses the paper up good. Get it up here so I can see where the pocket is. There we go. Cute, cute. Okay, I have to put a little bit along here. Now when I get all done with this pocket and the next pocket, then I'm going to put Maybe put some lace on the little tags just as like a little topper. Okay, so that's gonna lay like that. And hopefully you can see the lace on it. Now, have this flower to go on here. So we're going to go ahead and glue that flower on. These are just digitals that I don't really do a complete fussy cut because I don't want to cut all of that white stuff out of the center. But I cut them out anyway. Partial fussy cut, we'll call it that. Okay, now I have these. Let me see, which way does it go? I think it goes this way. No, it goes this way. All right, it goes this way. So I have this tag. It was just on printer paper, so I backed this one. And I backed this. These are just digitals. So I backed all of these. And you can take them out and journal on the back. And I'm just going to go ahead and round the corners on them. Then I'll ink the corners. I think at this one, I'll just round the bottom corners. I like these ones that look like little postcards. Okay, now we'll just ink the corners up a little bit. Maybe I need a little more ink. And that'll slide in there. This will just slide in there. Like I say, they can lay on their side, they can stand up, doesn't matter. This little pad that I use for inking kind of breaks off when I'm inking, and then it gets all over the place. Okay, and now this is a bigger one, so when you have it in your journal, you can have your bigger tags behind it, and you can have your smaller tags standing up, however you want them. So until then, you can just put all of your tags in there together. And you can have a stuffed pocket. So that's our second one. Okay, now our last one. This is a smaller one. And I have this one folded to go this way also. Let me see, did I do all of them this way? This way and this way. No, that one's going opposite. So I'll just open this up and glue it. Like I say, once you get your stuff all cut out, you have everything ready to go. Takes no time to assemble it all. Back when I was sewing and doing quilts and stuff, we called it assembly line sewing. Just trim this off a little bit. So we'll just do assembly line gluing. All right. So I'm just going to fold this over this way. So like I say, this is a smaller pocket. Just gives you an idea of the different sizes. This was just like a little tiny piece that I had left from a project. So when I cut the end off of it, I didn't cut very much off. Okay. Let me clean up my little bit of mess right here real quick. Oh, well, I didn't glue before I did that. So this one we won't glue. We'll just leave it. So, I'm going to go ahead, put my lace on it. And I think this, I have some of that green stuff. I don't know that I think that would kind of overpower it a little bit, but I still want to put that on the bottom. So I'm just going to go ahead and put my glue on. Maybe we'll put a thin, narrower lace on the top pocket. I think I really like the lace up on the top one also. Guess I didn't have to put it quite over that far. Don't like to waste my lace. Lace is too expensive to waste. Okay, I think that's all glued down okay. Now, this is kind of an off. I don't want that one, it's the wrong color. So we'll just do this other little one, and we'll just put that on top because it's dainty. It's a dainty little pocket. I think this pocket looks good not being inked. Okay. Now I need just a little tiny bit more, but let me cut this off first. There we go. And there's our little pocket. And there's with the lace. And it's cute. Alright, so now, the flower that I picked out for this one, I figured, because this pocket is so little, I would just lay it across there. And it was shaped just right for it. See, I had that laying a little better before. There we go. Now you can also add like a little word on there if you wanted to put a little word or a little phrase or something. But I think we're just going to do it like this. Now this was another piece that was cut out of cardstock. Just made like a little tag or a little ticket. And this was made like a ticket. But I'm going to go ahead and round the corners. And I backed this one. This is made like a little tag or a ticket. This is also backed. And then I had this little tag. So I'm just going to go ahead and round the bottom corners. And then this one would fit like behind. Your little tiny one can fit in the front. So on these, you would just use smaller tags, stuff like that. But then when you get glued in, you know, you can stuff a bunch back there. But until then, you can just stuff that pocket right up. So there. So now, let me see how much time's going. I figure on some of these, this is kind of an off-white color, so all I would do I think is just staple this on. And I think that would be good. And you can angle them or you don't have to. On my tickets, I wouldn't put toppers on. But I think on this one, I would put one on. And just do the same thing. Maybe I'll angle one way and angle one the other way on this one. And just staple it on there. And I think that would work well. I think I got that out of this one. So I think that's the only toppers or little tabs, whatever you want to call them, that I'm going to put on them. Because the rest of them are just like label type tickets and tags. So that's our video for today. Let me know what you think down in the comments. I think they turned out cute. I think I lost my pin, but we'll find it in a minute. So till next time, happy crafting. Bye for now.